I think it's fairly easy, $15 to $20 on 3 listings. Not something I want to do very often. There's $9.99 plus $4.50, but it's definitely an option for some folks out there. Hello everybody, welcome back to Commonwealth Picker. We're back in the eBay cave tonight. My name is Kevin, and if you're new to the show, I'm a high school history teacher, full-time, and I'm a part-time picker. So this is my dog Sophie right here. She's searching around for treats. She's been pretty good today, but whenever I start talking to this camera, it seems like she wants to get some more treats. So we'll give her some in a minute. We'll get her out of here. We sold $215.35 in the Commonwealth Picker store. We usually shoot for $200. We've been on a streak of so many days in a row where we're definitely selling over that. And so we're back just over that, which is really good. When it's time to go back to school each year, the sales are still pretty good. For us, we don't have a summer slowdown at all because I have the summertime off and I'm able to do tons and tons of listing. So I actually sell more in the summertime than I do any other time of the year, which is pretty rare for most resellers out there, but for me that's how it works. And I try to list tons of stuff in the summer, and I still try to list a bunch in the fall to get ready for Q4. Once Q4 hits, I don't get to list too much because I'm working at school, and then I come home and there's a lot to ship out. So Blue Ridge Mama, my wife, helps doing quite a bit of listing. She does a lot of thrifting in the wintertime as well, and we kind of depend on all the stuff that I've bought over the course of the year, out and about yard sailing and a little bit of thrifting, but mostly yard and garage sales. So let's take a look at what's sold today, and it's always a great day when we can sell an ashtray. So I don't know what it is. I have a thing about ashtrays. Must have been from my childhood or something. This is the waffle bottom. This is not one of the big ones that sit in those ashtray stands. This is a smaller one. I suppose they sit in ashtray stands, but just not the big ones. And this one is for cigarettes. I don't know if it would work for cigars. It's not as big as those other ones. I usually pick these up for 50 cents or I don't pick them up. I got this one at the Joyce Junkyard sale. I got it for 50 cents and it sold for $9.95 plus shipping. And so we'll make about $8, $9 on this thing, depending on how we get it shipped. So happy to sell them. I do not put my stamp of approval on buying ashtrays. They are extremely long tail and there's not much money in them, but I just can't resist them. Sold an item on consignment for a friend of mine. So Elizabeth, this is yours out there. So they sold for $18.95 plus shipping, and 90% for me and 10% for you. So I'll give you your $1.90 tomorrow. No, I'm just kidding. So we'll get you that money pretty quick. This is Dallas. This is season 3, season 4, and season 5, I believe it is. Yep, season 5. Not a ton of money in these. Not bad if you have the complete season. This is the Who Shot JR season, I think. I can't remember which one that is, but at any rate, that's the one that's in this. So $18.95 plus shipping. Sophie's getting a little rowdy, so Sophie, say goodbye. Say goodbye. Go hang out with one of the homeschool hustlers. What do you think? Got some Halo 3 here. This is Halo 2 and Halo 3, Xbox 360. And we got them for $1 each. Sold them for $21.95 free shipping. So it's not terrible. We'll make a little bit of money on these. These are the Red Bull menu. I don't know what you call them. Menu stands. I don't know. Promo stands that would sit on a table at a bar or a restaurant. And we bought these when we were in Roanoke. We were actually at a gymnastics meet for my daughter. And we were driving back and saw a yard sale on the side of the road. I'm like, hey, why don't you stop there real quick? And so I pulled over and I saw these. And I think we ended up paying, I think they were asking 50 cents a piece, and we got the whole lot of them. So probably paid 30, 40 cents a piece for them because they gave us a deal. And they sold for $11. So we're not making a bunch of money, but they're definitely first class. And so we'll make $5 or so on these, $6 on these. And this is the last, nope, we've got one more of these going. So we probably have made about $110 on them. I'm selling them off 1 or 2 at a time. This is a Scrabble Deluxe game, and the box looks damaged, but the contents are perfectly brand new. And we paid $4 for it at a yard sale in Roanoke. This was on, I think this may have been the one with the Furbies on the thumbnail, if you want to go back and take a look at that one. A really nice lady. There were some interesting folks on that yard sale for sure. Or that whole day, I should say. But we paid $4 for it, and it sold for $32.95 plus shipping. It's a pretty big box. I can't tell where it's going. I haven't looked in here, but it's going to be about $15 to ship this is what they paid. It probably cost about $13 to ship it. So this must be going somewhere, maybe on the other side of the country, or maybe Texas even. So we'll see. But always pay attention to these, especially the ones with burgundy tiles. And I know Nevermore Antique said, hey, make sure you're paying attention to those burgundy tiles. And I usually buy Scrabble games, and I just kind of hoard up the pieces and the racks, and I sell them off in lots. People use the racks, and they put, get all the tiles, and they put, for me, it would be like Mr. Brown, and then some student would buy it off of eBay and give it to me for Christmas. If I got a student out there listening, hey, I kind of like that. Maybe you should do that. That's real good. I'll put my Christmas list on the board here. I usually put it up in October. It gives you plenty of time to figure out what you're going to get me. Just kidding. Kind of. This is an item I probably let go a little too cheap. I think I had $49.95 on it, and I only had it up for a few days. London, New York, Dallas, save the planet. And it's a Lee jacket, and it is, I think it's made in the USA. It's Lee, and it's made in the USA. And I paid $4 for it at a yard sale. I think we bundled together with something else. So I paid $4 for it at a yard sale just this last weekend. Don't even have the video out on that one yet. And I sold it for $40 free shipping. So depends on where this goes. I probably will be able to get this into a I probably will be able to get this into a padded flat rate and ship it out for $7.35. And if I can't, then it'll go in a region A probably, or something like that. We'll see where it's going to. I'm not quite sure how we'll do it. But my guess is the shipping will be about $8. Fees will be about $6. There's 14 we paid for. That's 18. So we'll make a minimum, I think, of $22 on this jacket. And I would have much preferred to make 28. I probably could have if I would have waited a few days. But to be honest with you, my hangers here where I hang my clothes, and the other two closets I have over there where I hang my clothes, one of them is full. The jacket closet is full. So I'm trying to get rid of a little bit of the heavy stuff and the big stuff and get it out of here while I can. And it should be filtering out of there pretty quickly. All my spring and summer stuff have depleted, and I won't start listing those probably until January. Maybe late December, but probably January. So right now I'm just focusing on listing the jackets and the sweaters. All right, so this is Department 56. This came from the Happy Little Accident, and I've been reducing it slowly but surely, and it sold for $7.88 plus shipping. It's gonna make us about $6. We're into it for pennies because we bought it at the Happy Little Accident. So if you want to go back and look at that, if you're new to the show, you can go look back at the one that has the Bob Ross thumbnail on it, and you can check that one out. And we're going to add this to our total. We spent $200 at that yard sale, and we have made a running total of $1,600, and our goal is $2,500 by Christmas. So that may or may not be possible. The big priced items are almost all gone. We have a couple of motorcycle items that are still here, and we still have a few of the Department 56 Halloween stuff hanging around, and we still have quite a few of the ornaments. I'm not sure we're going to get to $2,500 by Christmas, but we're going to get close. We're definitely going to get over $2,000, which is a terrific buy. I mean, anytime you can spend $200 and turn it into $2,000 with some work. I mean, it's definitely been some work, but I think on an hourly rate, definitely hasn't been more than 40 hours for sure, which puts us at $50 an hour, which is great. Makes a lot more money than I would be staying after school for sure. Here's a Michelin hat that we picked up at a yard sale for 50 cents. It's nothing special. I know that I teach AP World History, so this Michelin Man, to give you a little bit of history, actually comes from a French company. They made, it was a rubber company, obviously, and they made tires for bicycles, and it was like the first real true, after the Industrial Revolution, it was the first mass marketing campaign with a mascot of some sort, and that's the Michelin Man. You can kind of look at that old French advertising, and you'll see him in as many different forms, and he has come to be this kind of idyllic figure. But this is definitely not a vintage hat. There are some old ones that, some old Michelin Man advertisement and different stuff that's worth quite a bit of money. But this is not one of them. Made in China, port company. Nothing special here. $14.41. So you figure we're into it. We're going to pay, let's see, about $6 in cost. So we're going to make about $7 and, take it back. We're going to make about $8.41 on this hat. Not too bad. This is an Atari 2600. This is official by Sega. Sega made the game, but it's for Coleco or Atari. I'm not sure. It probably works for both. At any rate, 1982. It has the little manual with it. Nothing special. This is an $8 game, $7.98, I think. And we got it from Tim the Toy Man in a lot of games that we bought. They're nothing amazing, nothing terrific, but we've sold them off one by one, and we'll make some money on them for sure. Most of the stuff we got from Tim the Toy Man quite a while back, we did pretty well on. That was one of our very first episodes that we did. So if you want to go back and look at some terrible YouTube, you can go back and look at that one with Tim the Toy Man. Actually, he wasn't on it, but we had bought that stuff from him. He is going to be on a future video. I saw him. I see him often out there and about when we're out there picking, and he always has great stuff. And I stopped him one day, or he stopped me, and we took a look at what he had, and you'll see him in a future video. I might save it for the winter time and let you see it in the winter time, but we may put it up here in the next week or so too. So anyway, Tim, I'd love to have you on. I want to come down there and check out your basement and check out all your toy collection. This guy's an expert. He knows what he's talking about. So I like to listen to people like him because that gives me ideas of what I should be looking for to sell to collectors like him. And I can't thank y'all enough for joining us. I'm hoping to be at 2,000 maybe before or after this video. I'm not quite sure when this one's going to air. We're on like a 2-day lag right now. I'm trying to wipe that thing out and get right on the day we're on, but haven't quite done that yet. We're going to do it pretty quick though, because wintertime's coming and the yard sale videos that we post are going to start to slow down, unfortunately. But that's all right. I have a question for you out there in the comments if you don't mind answering this for me. What is it about reselling that you are addicted to the most? Your two choices are the sale and the purchase. So there you go. I had a viewer ask me this. I've asked similar questions before, but now I'm asking you. Would you rather go out and make that amazing buy and have a great day yard selling, or would you rather hear that cha-ching on a $300 profit item? So which one is it that you like the most? And stick around. I've been putting a few different things on the ends of these videos that are either helpful for some people, especially for new resellers. I know some of you have been doing this a long time. Some of you give me advice, and by the way, keep it coming. I always like to expand my horizons a little bit. I'm getting advice from people who have only been doing it for 3, 4, 5 months, rideshare reseller. Hey, that reminds me out there, you'll see me wearing a San Francisco 49er shirt or hat in a future video. And I sure hope that none of my uncles are watching that, because we're Rams fans, and I made a friendly bet with Rideshare Reseller that if I lost, I would be wearing some Niner apparel in a video, and the Niners beat my poor Rams, and even though my Rams were favored. So he was going to wear some Ram stuff, and unfortunately it's going to be me. He didn't say how long I had to wear it, so maybe I'll wear it at the beginning and take it off. I don't know. What do you think? All right. Anyways, hang around and see what's next. All right, so I bought a Monopoly game, which is something I used to do a bunch of. This is Monopoly City. Not any Monopoly, but this one in particular, I would buy it, and if I could get it for like $1 or 50 cents. And you can end up making like $15 to $20 profit, depending on how quickly you sell things and how much of it you decide to part out. I usually don't do this anymore, but I just wanted to show it to you, and I got this one, I think, for 50 cents not too long ago. And also with the added component of the booths to do something else that I've been experimenting with and have been making a little bit of money on. I found these little jars. I actually get them from free from my uncle, and I'll fill them up with miscellaneous game parts. I put 50 Scrabble pieces in a jar the other day, and I think we got like $4 or $5 for it. And it's not much money. I don't know. I just like to kind of mess around sometimes. At any rate, I'm going to show you exactly on my screen what kind of things would sell and how you turn 50 cents into the money I'm talking about. Because this game itself, if you took the time to take all the pieces and organize it and count it, making sure everything's there, you know, you might make $5. But if you part it into 3 or 4 different segments, you're going to end up making closer to $20 on it. It does take a little bit of time, but for those of you who can't source a ton and want to only do first class stuff, it's an option for you. All right, so I typed in Monopoly City, and I just want to show you the kind of things you could part out. So if you take all these pieces out and take the time to set them up and snap a picture, it might take you two to 3 minutes on that. And this person here got $10 plus shipping for all of those parts and pieces. And so, that's not a bad little sale. That's, if you paid 50 cents for the whole game, you're already making a profit of, say, I don't know, we're looking at $13. So, I don't know, $2 in fees, 50 cents, $2.60, say $3 to ship, $5.50. So you're let's say $6. You're making a profit of $7 just on those right there, and that's not even including the other stuff. Now, I wouldn't bother with the money. Now, what you could do, and I used to do this, but I probably won't do it anymore, is I take all the, when I part these out, I take the cash out of all those things, and I put them in old backgammon briefcases, and I'd sell briefcases full of money. It was not worth the time. I'd make like $10-12. So I don't know. I'd probably just get rid of the money. Although some people can sell it, and I've never had much luck. The tokens, this person got $7 plus shipping for the 6 tokens. So if you've already sold the skyscrapers and buildings, you're already $7 into the profit. So that's pretty much pure profit right there. Somebody's making $6.50. So right there, you're looking at about $14 in profit just on those 2 things. And then you can sell this piece as well, and there's another $5. So you're getting close to $20 in profit. Now, some of them don't go for that much. Somebody undercuts there, so that's $8. That's a little less. There's $9. That's a little less. And so sometimes you can't get quite as much. But, I think it's fairly easy, $15 to $20 on 3 listings. Not something I want to do very often. There's $9.99 plus $4.50. But it's definitely an option for some folks out there. And the sell-through rate isn't amazing, but it takes up such little space. I think sometimes it's worth it for some people, depending on the scenario. If you're not healthy enough, say, to be doing large packages and you still want to make a little extra money, this is the kind of thing you can do. There's somebody out there who just does game parts. They have thousands and thousands, and they probably don't make a ton of money, but they also don't use very much space when they do it. So anyway, just an option. It's something I've got away from, but I wanted to show some folks out there. Thought it might help.